Hi, I'm Annika from iDoc, and in this video I'll show you how you can easily replace the battery of your Galaxy S21 FE. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your great support and trust in this channel. However, our statistics show that 98% of you have not subscribed yet. If the same goes for you, we would be very happy if you make up for it at this point. With your subscription, you will not only support our channel, but also won't miss any of our new videos. Since the battery of the S21 FE is strongly and extensively glued, it is a bit more difficult to loosen it. However, the repair can be accomplished quite well with a bit of patience and the right tools. Schedule between 45 to 60 minutes. You will need the following tools. In addition, these tools can be helpful. You can find all tools for this repair, as well as an original replacement battery, in our online store at idoc.eu/en. We've put the links in the info box. First, turn off your Galaxy S21 FE to avoid a potential short circuit. To do so, press the function and silent key simultaneously for a few seconds. To open the smartphone, you first have to heat up the heavily glued back cover. Use a heat gun or a normal hairdryer to run it evenly over the back cover's edge for a few minutes. Note that the specified IP certification expires after opening. Once the back cover is sufficiently heated, place a suction cup on its lower edge and pull it upwards to create a gap between the back cover and the screen unit. At the same time, insert a flat pick into the gap. If you have difficulties with this, the air flex can help at the beginning. Its sharp edges make it particularly easy to insert. As an alternative to the suction cup, we can recommend the ice click. Thanks to its leverage, you have to use less force to lift up the back cover. Once the beginning is made, run a plastic pick around the back cover and detach it from the case unit bit by bit. Be careful not to insert your tool too far on the sensitive camera module. Put flat picks on the loosened areas so that the glue can't bond again. Once the back cover is completely detached, you can remove all tools and take it off. Continue with the plastic cover over the motherboard, which also has the coil for wireless charging integrated. First, loosen the 9 screws. To avoid losing the screws, we recommend using a magnetic pad. A small arrow on the cover and a notch indicate where you can place your tool to pry it out of the case. Carefully flip the detached cover over. The orange connector of the battery and the black connector of the charging coil are located directly next to each other. Separate them both from the board with a spudger. The battery connector first. Small transistors on the motherboard can be easily damaged, so make sure to pry from a free side if possible. Once both connectors are separated, you can remove the board cover completely. Its lower end is glued and has to be peeled off. Now remove the speaker. Loosen its 6 Phillips screws. Then lever it out of its guide and put it aside. Separate the 2 connectors of the screen cable. Its lower connector is attached to a separate slot, which lies slightly recessed in the screen unit. Put the disconnected cable aside. In the next step, remove the 2 cables connecting the main and USB board by separating their connectors. Then take the detached cables out of the device. Now you can loosen the battery. It is heavily glued and therefore has to be warmed up for a few minutes. Never hit the battery directly, but only from the side of the screen glass or the edge of the case. Once the glue has liquefied a bit, you can use a battery spudger to carefully lever the battery upwards. Try for yourself from which side it can be loosened best. As soon as the battery is lifted up a bit, you can slide a flat plastic tool, such as the iPlastics, under the battery. Push the tool further and further under the battery with the cutting motion. Then put the completely loosened battery aside. Remove larger lumps of the adhesive residues from the screen unit so that the new battery fits evenly. You can find an original replacement battery for your Galaxy S21 FE, as well as the appropriate tools for this repair in our online store at idoc.eu/en. Before you insert the replacement battery, you have to peel off the protective films from its front and back. You might also have to bend its connector in order to attach it properly to the motherboard. Place the battery in its guide in the screen unit and press it firmly. Position the two connecting cables over the battery again. The labeling on the cables helps you with the alignment. Connect them to the USB and motherboard one after the other. You should hear and feel them click into place. Be especially careful when attaching connectors, and never press them down with force. A damaged connector can lead to the failure of an entire component. Now also position the screen cable over the battery and attach its two connectors. Put the speaker back in place. Its plastic lugs must blend into the case frame. If the speaker sits level, you can screw it back in. Now install the board cover. First connect the charging coil and the battery to the motherboard. The battery last. Then insert the cover back into the case unit. It must sit flat everywhere. Press the glued end of the integrated charging coil onto the speaker. Finally, screw the board cover back in place with the 9 Phillips screws. Before you finally close your S21 FE, we recommend testing the replacement battery at this point. Connect a charging cable to see whether your Galaxy charges. If you have a wireless charger, you should also check the charging coils function. Use our checklist to test other basic functions to make sure that your repair is successful. We'll link it to you in the info box. If something does not work properly, check again if all components are connected and screwed correctly. If everything is okay, you can reattach the back cover. If its adhesive frame is still in good condition, you can simply reuse it. If it has defects or no longer sticks properly, you should remove it and attach a new one. Align the new adhesive frame with the back cover and remove its carrier film. Then press it along the edge of the back cover. You can use a spatula, for example, to help you do this. If the adhesive frame is properly seated, remove the remaining protective film. Reattach the back cover to the screen unit. Press it firmly along the frame so that it sits evenly everywhere. To make the glue bond properly, warm the edge of the back cover for a few minutes and then weigh it down with a few books. You did it! Your Galaxy S21 FE has now full battery power again. I hope the repair of your Galaxy S21 FE was successful. If you found this tutorial helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you next time! You can find high-quality tools, spare parts and accessories for your smartphone repair in our store, iDoc. Everything for your smartphone. Find more repair guides and other helpful videos here.